everyone kept asking me, hey, how'd you do it? Can you help me? Can you help me start a team in Poland? Or it seems like you had great success with this talent. And so I just kind of stopped saying no to my friends and people that I had known professionally, and starting helping them build their product. So it was a very natural fit for me to kind of share the experience that I had in Poland thus far, and kind of give them advice. And advice turns into jobs, and we ended up building software for a few people that I knew in Oregon, and it really just grew from there. And that was less than 4 years ago.
When we think about outsourced software development, Poland is not the first country that comes to mind.
Yeah.
I've had experiences. You've had experiences with other places. Talk more about what you found here and why you thought this was the most strategic location to base this company.
Yeah, absolutely. So, back in 2016, I also didn't know, I didn't really know anyone who was building their teams in Poland. You hear of some of the traditional suspects, maybe Southeast Asia, India, some parts of South America. But we did a lot of research. We looked at teams and companies in all parts of the world, and really we kind of came across some statistics and as part of our research, and we saw that Poland was consistently ranked top 3 in software development, which was it was new. That was new information to me. It's not the first thing you think of or I'd come across in my experience. So we decided to kind of take a chance, and we started testing a little bit in the market. We luckily we were in a B2C company with over 1 million users, and we had hundreds or thousands of users with Polish IP addresses. So we did a little bit experiment with our intercom software, and we sent them all a message, and just kind of we were probing the interest of if whether or not they would be willing to were interested in working with a pretty small, like under 10 person American startup. And so we got a great response, and so we planned a trip at the end of 2016, and we came over and interviewed. I remember this. I interviewed 40 or 50 people in 2 cities, Krakow and Wrocław, in 1 week. It was a very intense. We didn't really sleep. We were jet lagged the whole time, and we ended up met incredible people that really passionate about what they do, and just really felt like we were discovering like a completely untapped pool of talent that were really capable of executing, in an American startup way. That was just that we had never known before. I think that one of the things that I've noticed in doing business with American startups and hiring, talent in Poland is it's a great mix. When you get the mix right, like you mentioned discipline, I think that the teams are very accountable. They're very disciplined. They're very process oriented. And I think that this is in some ways an antidote to the chaos of startup world in the US, like Silicon Valley chaos, meets a little bit of a Polish process. It's a magical recipe, I think, when done right. And you need to kind of inject that little bit of being crazy enough to change the world from Silicon Valley, and you bring that, and we inject a little. We call it the American startup mindset. We teach that at Masterborn, and bring in a little bit of that with a little bit of the incredible discipline, education, and drive and accountability and personal responsibility of the Polish talent and teams generally. It's a great combo.